Charles Barkley claims he is considering backing out of ESPN deal for Inside the NBA. ESPN recently announced an agreement to license Inside the NBA from TNT starting next season. The acclaimed studio program will serve as ESPN's main pregame show for the NBA Finals on ABC. But the show's biggest star, Charles Barkley, says he has not agreed to continue appearing on the show past this season. Speaking to Dan Patrick on Tuesday, Barkley announced he is considering signing with one of the NBA's two new broadcast partners instead. "I haven't decided yet. I'm listening to NBC and Amazon," Barkley told Patrick regarding his plans for next season. "I want to know everything that's on the table for me before I sign in. I love those guys at ESPN, and if we end up there, I'm going to do the best I possibly can. First of all, they haven't even given us any type of schedule whatsoever. But I'd be doing myself a disservice not to meet with NBC, which I have, and meet with Amazon, which I have. And the number one thing I've told everybody, can y'all give me a damn schedule?" For context, TNT will retain ownership and production of Inside the NBA. ESPN will simply air the show that TNT produces. Under the agreement, Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal would remain TNT employees. They would be seen on, but not work for, ESPN, and the workload isn't expected to change all that much. Inside the NBA is expected to still air once a week during the regular season, a few times a week during the playoffs, and for the entirety of one conference final each season. The difference is the NBA Finals. Instead, heading for a vacation in June, Barkley and the crew would need to stick around for half of the month to work the finals. While Barkley is adamant he ain't looking for more work at his age, 61. The finals are the pinnacle of each NBA season. We don't buy that he doesn't actually want to star on the biggest stage, with the most viewers and attention. We chalk up Barkley's comment to Patrick as a negotiation tactic. He has leverage. Remember, Barkley previously disclosed that his current contract with TNT contains an opt-out clause that he can exercise after this season. Technically, Barkley is not locked into TNT's agreement to license Inside the NBA to ESPN. Translation: he wants more money. And because the agreement between ESPN and TNT is tethered to Barkley's appearances on the show, he knows he can get more money. Though Charles Barkley could establish himself as the ultimate bad boy by derailing ESPN's plans for the next NBA season, don't expect him to go through with his threat. By the time Inside the NBA airs on ESPN in 2025, Barkley will still be on set. He just might keep the suits at both companies on their toes until then.